Hello, this is the Timeless Tarot, and today's reading is for the sign of Scorpio, and it will last for the next 4 to 6 weeks. I have laid out a spread. It looks exciting. And let's go straight to the bottom of the deck. Ooh, free-flowing communication, 8 of Wands, can be Cupid's arrows. Now, I wasn't specifically doing a love reading this time, but it did feel to me like it might be a love reading. We'll see. So, if you're a single Scorpio and you're waiting to be pierced by Cupid's arrow, this would be a good sign. If you are a Scorpio who's been waiting for communication from someone, I'm not sure what to do with. Could be love, could be work, could be anything, to be honest. That could be coming in. I want to take the top card as well, and we've got the Two of Swords here. So you might be waiting for communication which has got something to do with a choice or a decision that you need to make. What do you need to decide on? In a way, it feels like direction is what you need to decide on. I can't tell you exactly why I'm saying that, but it feels like maybe you either need to change direction or you need to rethink the direction that you're currently going in, or try and propel yourself forward, it feels like. Neither of those cards classically say that, but that's what it feels like to me. That this, in the next 4 to 6 weeks, you could be actively choosing to propel yourself forward in a direction that you have not been travelling in up till this point. Or it could be a direction that you've been wanting to travel in but have not managed just yet. Now, that's not necessarily talking about travel. It could be talking about changing career, changing where you live, changing how you live, changing your role perhaps in society or your role at work. Feels like you're going to be choosing to make a change of direction. Let's go to the centre of this spread, and we have got, if you're in a twin flame situation, this is the twin flame card. If you are not interested or don't know anything about the twin flame connections, then this is a card of celebration. What's crossing it is the King of Pentacles. So if you should be in a twin flame connection, perhaps it should be with the King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, older, more mature masculine. And maybe that has not come about. If that isn't you, it's sort of saying that there is a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn masculine who is preventing you from being able to celebrate life fully, is what it feels like. But why? Let's have a clarifier. Well, it's causing you quite a lot of anxiety and stress. Upset, actually, I want to say. Okay, interesting. So, to clarify the King of Pentacles crossing the Four of Wands, we now have anxiety, really, and sleepless nights, plus the card of being single. But importantly, happily single. This is a little bit perplexing. Should you be happily in connection with a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn masculine? Have you got yourself into a really good position where you are now able to enjoy life a bit more fully? Does it involve a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn masculine? Is that person slowing you down or getting in your way? This really is not very clear to me so far. So I think we're going to have to just bear with me on this, and hopefully it'll become a little bit clearer as we go along. To be honest, I mean, these are both nines. Nines is almost reaching the end. It's the feeling like you've achieved a lot, but you still haven't quite reached your desired outcome. So the Nine of Swords is talking about a lot of stress and anxiety, and the Ten of Swords would be the end of that stress and anxiety and the start of something new. The Nine of Pentacles is talking about being absolutely fine on your own. And if that has been your goal, to be fine on your own, then you are. But if you secretly would like to be in connection and having something to celebrate, is it with a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn masculine, or has this masculine somehow or other derailed you in the past? I'm really not sure. So we're going to have to come back to that. On the face of things, yep, you're primed and ready to go. Something is very definitely wanting you to make a change. They're wanting you to get going. It's time to be ready, really. It feels like you should be ready to go. Where are you going? Well, back to the start here. Change of direction. The Chariot is not really moving. It's the card of being ready to move, but not actually going anywhere yet. So you're ready to get going and to make a change, but you're not currently doing it. Well, why aren't you doing it? Because it seems like you're in a good place. Feels like you've got everything lining up, but there is somebody in the way here. This person is stopping you from being able to choose what you want to do and change direction and get going. It actually feels like you might want to do an about turn and go in the opposite direction to the one that you've currently been in. And that is what is causing an element of stress here. I think on one level you are absolutely fine on your own, but you need to make a change and somebody is not making it very easy for you. Yeah, it's really interesting. But you are ready to make that change. Okay, so that is good. Shall we get a clarifier for the Chariot to see what the change is relating to? It seems like it's to do with joy and happiness and connection. The Five of Cups is not having joy and happiness, but hoping for connection to still be able to come about for you in the background here. The Two Cups are still standing. So they represent hope for meeting your other half, if you like. So you're ready to move things forward and have more fun in your life and potentially find a new partner. Well, this is great news. In the underneath position, what is hidden or not clear is that you're not happy with what you've got, or you haven't got what you want. It's one or the other. It feels to me like you're not happy with the situation you're in, is what it feels like. Somebody's in the way. Somebody's getting in the way of joy and happiness. The Sun is the most positive card in the deck. Represents everything that is good. We've already got the Four of Wands, which is the cards of celebration. So everything should be better than it is what it feels like. But there is also Judgment in the underneath position, which is heralding in, well, it's another new start. Judgment can be quite shouty. It can be quite a loud card. This card wants you to hear the news. The news is you should be in a better place than the one that you're currently in. You should be having a good time. You have got what you need at your disposal, and yet it doesn't feel quite right. You're not able to get to where you want to go to just yet. Judgment is resurrection, really. Perhaps you need to resurrect an old plan or an old idea that you had, an old ideal, actually, that you might have had, or maybe even old dealings with somebody else from your past. Potentially, if you know a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn masculine who you've been in a relationship with in the past, possibly that might need to be revisited or resurrected. Something is getting in the way of you being happy. It feels like somebody is ruining your chance at happiness. Could you be ruining it for yourself? Possibly you could. In the past, we have a very sweet connection. The Six of Cups is the card of soulmates. We've already had the card of Twinflame. So this is a strong connection that you should be in. You should be in a really strong connection. There could be links with childhood here. You've been in a strong connection in the past. You should still be in it, or it should have elevated, actually, is what it feels like. But in the future, you're moving, you see. There is this general sense of needing to move. I said before, it feels like you need to do an about turn. It feels like you need to make a choice to change direction. It feels like you should be ready to move. That was the Chariot. And now it's feeling like you're moving from something difficult into something much better for you in the future. But why? What has gone on here? It's not that clear to me at all. If we look at it this way, in the past, you had a strong connection. In the present, that connection should have elevated and made you happy. In the future, you're actively leaving and moving away to something better. This is quite an unusual reading so far, I would say. I'm hoping that it resonates with some of you because it's not making a huge amount of sense to me, because we've got a lot of oppositions here. The Nine of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles are opposing each other. This is being great. This is being highly stressed. We've got another opposition here. The Four of Cups is not wanting what you have and not having what you want. And the Sun is having everything you want. A little bit strange. And I feel like the key is this Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, masculine. This is the key to trying to work out what's going on here. So I'm sorry if this is not really making a lot of sense for you at the moment. Let's get a clarifier for the King of Pentacles. Actually, I've just gone to the bottom of the deck instead. We've got this card of partnership. I've already talked about it once here because we had the Two Cups standing in the background here. And here's the Two of Cups. This is a card of coming together in partnership. We've already got it in the past here. You've got it here in the present. There is somebody that you should be in connection with. I knew this was going to be a love reading, even though it wasn't particularly a love reading. These are Cupid's arrows. You have a choice to make. So it's really fascinating. There is definitely love on the cards here. You should be in connection with somebody, possibly Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It looks like you're moving towards better times in the future. Well, hopefully in partnership, because actually the Six of Swords is with another person. So I think I'm actually going to put this Two of Cups here in the future position. It feels like you're either moving to be with somebody that you want to be in connection with, or you're coming into connection with somebody who is then going to cause you to move. It's one or the other. Maybe that's what the choice is. Whether you stay or whether you go, whether you connect or whether you don't. And this is why we have the Chariot here saying it's time to go. You're ready to go. What you have is not making you happy. It's time to move towards this partnership, I believe. I don't think we've got any other signs out. Oh, the Sun is Leo. So could be a Leo, could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Haven't got anything else. Oh, and the Chariot is Cancer. So it could be any of those signs. In the personal position, we have heartbreak. Well, it's starting to make a bit more sense now. It feels like maybe you've been separated from somebody that you need to be back in connection with, or you're not in connection with somebody and it's time that you were. It's one or the other. Either way, it's making you unhappy. We already know this. You haven't got what you want. All the joy is gone. You're heartbroken and you're moving towards something better, which is good. In the home position, we have the Moon. The Moon is not a clear card. The Moon is sort of shrouded in mystery, really. Let's get a clarifier for the Moon. Ooh. Well, that's a happy ever after. That's a happy family card. So maybe this is what you're hoping to have at home, is a happy family. Maybe you don't see that or you don't have that. Perhaps that is what you're moving towards because there is a child in the boat here. Perhaps. Or maybe you do have a happy family and that is what is making the choices difficult, because how do you move forward into the connection you want if you already have a family? Well, it's not clear. And so it's one way or the other. Either you've got a family and you don't know how to move forward into connection with the right person, or you can't see your way to having a family currently. Well, possibly you will when you come into connection with the right person. So it feels a bit like your future is hinging on either reconnecting with somebody from your past or making a really good connection that is going to completely change your future. In the hopes and fears position, this is another card of Leo. Well, things have been difficult. Things have been really difficult. If you've been fearing that your life is going to continue to be difficult, then I can tell you that is not true, because you're moving into something better and you're potentially moving into partnership. You're potentially getting a family as well if you don't have one yet. So if you're fearing that things are going to stay like this, then I can tell you they're changing. Well, you wouldn't be hoping for things to be a struggle. So what could you be hoping for? Hoping for this difficult period to end, then yes, it is. It is sort of dependent on this partnership though. I mean, you're moving forward here, but very definitely in a pair. So hoping for this difficult period to end, yes, it is going to. Fearing that you're stuck in this difficult position forever, no, you're not going to be. And the outcome, well, it's wonderful. We have the Star. This is all your wishes coming true. But what came with it is the Four of Pentacles. This is provided you don't cling on too tightly to something that is not working for you currently. And that is taking us right back to the start when I said you have a choice to make, a choice to change direction, doing an about turn, I said. So actually, if you've been recently separated from somebody that you actually want to come back into connection with, just be a little bit careful here, because the outcome is saying you can have what you want, but be careful what it is you're wishing for. If this is very recent, then this is possibly not the best thing for you. Clinging on too tightly to something that doesn't serve you is not going to give you the wish that you want and the outcome that you want. So you've got to be a little bit careful here. I believe when I was saying in the past you had a good connection, this is feeling like quite a long time ago. And so if you want to come into reconnection with somebody from, you know, from your actual past, I think that's okay, because it feels like you need to leave what you've currently got. So if you're only freshly separated, I think be careful what it is you're wishing for. If you've been separated a long time ago, I think you could very well be coming into connection and having your wishes come true for partnership. If you've not really been in a partnership before or for a really long time, then I believe that your wishes are going to be coming true in that regard. However, you do have to be a bit careful. You've got to allow things to flow. At the start, we were saying that there is a choice to be made, that you need to make a change. And I believe that is really important. Clinging on to maybe a lifestyle that you've had, or the life you've had, or the home you've got, or the place you live in, clinging on to something that is not working for you currently is going to slow down your wishes coming true in the future. And this is the outcome. And this reading was for the next 4 to 6 weeks. So it is possible that you will see some evidence of your wishes starting to come true pretty soon, because the other card that came at the outcome was the Ace of Pentacles, and this is a new home. It's a large sum of money. It's a windfall. It can even be an engagement. These are powerful cards together, but like I was saying a moment ago, you have to be slightly careful of this Four of Pentacles. If you cling on too tightly to a situation that you're in currently that is not working, then your ability to reach a happy outcome is going to be slowed down because it'll be delayed. If you are trying to get yourself into a better place and you would love to come into partnership, and don't forget, we had the card of heartbreak in the personal position, and we already have the card of partnership and moving into a better situation in the future, which is wonderful, then I believe that you can do it. You can come into partnership, but be careful of clinging on to something that is not really working for you. And I think, you know, this has been a slightly complicated reading to do for me, because there seems to be quite a lot of possibilities here. It's very definitely a love reading. If you're newly heartbroken, then be careful what you wish for. If you're heartbroken just because nothing seems to be going right, things are going to come right, and you could very well be either reconnecting with somebody from your past or coming into a really loving connection that is going to bring you everything that you've wanted in the future. Wow, well, I really hope so. And I hope you enjoyed this reading. Please like and subscribe so that I can read your energy more easily, which will help me to do more accurate readings for you and your situation in the future. And if you would like a personal reading, my information is in the description box below. But until the next time, this has been the Timeless Tarot. Goodbye.